All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of this thing that I'm calling Jinder's Covers Café, just in case anyone wants to stop in and have a wet cappuccino or a flat black. I'm going to be playing a selection of songs by other people, kind of recording a video or two once or twice a week, just kind of talking about the music that influenced me and the music that I love. Last week we had John Prine, Hello in There, which is one of the best songs ever written, I think. And we've got another heavy hitter today, which is a song by Townes Van Zandt, one of my biggest musical influences, a song called If I Needed You. And I first came to Townes when I was probably in my early teens. My mum had a copy of a great record by Emmylou called Luxury Liner, which of course features Townes' song Pancho and Lefty, which was a revelation to me as a young man. You know, this kind of cowboy outlaw tale, but done in a really uncliched and unfussy way, you know, really kind of straightforward and kind of forlorn as well, you know, in a way. No heroics really. It was all very sort of resigned, and this resonated with me on some level, and I became fascinated with this character Townes Van Zandt, and I sought out, having heard Emmylou Harris's version, I had to find the source, which is something that Townes himself was quite fond of. But finding his music and his solo records and so on really changed my life in many ways. You know, he had a tremendous kind of directness, similar to John Prine. I talked about John Prine's musical economy last week, but Townes had a different thing going on. He was sort of quite economical in terms of his his playing. I mean, he was a great guitarist, but didn't play any more than he needed to. But lyrically, he was enthralled to people like Robert Frost, and these very sort of florid. His songs had a lot of 4/2 Ease Your Pain and untwos and these kind of lyrical filigrees, which you didn't really hear much in 1970s sort of country music and folk music and so on. It was quite different, quite anachronistic, I suppose, for the time. And that's something I borrowed from his music. You know, that this sort of sense of lyrical fussiness, I suppose. Like my song, Traveling Song. You're soft as the morning and I'm blue as the sky. The time has come on for to bid you goodbye. I would never have written those lines if I hadn't heard Townes Van Zandt's lyrics. So he influenced a huge amount of people, obviously. But I want to play you this song. This song's kind of special to me. I love how straightforward it is. It's quite square, I think, geometrically to me. This song, it doesn't move around an awful lot, but it just has this great sort of rolling sort of thing happening, and it's a beautiful piece of music, which I've been singing for many years, and I'll probably make a complete lash up of it now, having said that. I've dug out for you for this episode of Jinder's Covers Café this guitar, which was the guitar which was my touring guitar back in nearly 20 years ago when I put out my first couple of solo records, an album called Willow Park and an album called I'm Alive. And this record, guitar rather, went all over the world with me at that point. And as you can see, it's very battered. I mean, it's quite fragile and sort of, it's got holes in it and whatnot in places, but it's a beautiful guitar and something that I had sorted out and refretted and whatnot back in 2015 for an album I made called Traditional Dark, and I used it briefly for the tour for Traditional Dark, but it was just a little too fragile to come on the road on a regular basis. So it's a guitar that I use for sort of recording and writing and that kind of thing from time to time, but it's definitely a home bird these days. But I thought I'd dig it out as it's a little piece of my musical past, and I'll play this one for you. This is called If I Needed You. If I needed you, would you call to me? Would you call to me and ease my pain? if you needed me, I would come for you. I'd swim the seas for to ease your pain. In that nightfall on, where the morning's born, and the morning shines with the lights of love. And if you close your eyes, you will miss sunrise, and that would break my heart in two. So if I needed you, would you come for me? Would you come for me and ease my pain? And if you needed me, I would come for you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain. Lady's with me now, since I showed her how to lay her lily hand in mine. Loop and live agreed, she's a sight to see and a treasure for the poor to find. So if I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come for me and ease my pain? Well, if you needed me, I would come for you. I would swim the seas for to ease. I would swim the seas. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain.